I found a doctor to remove my ribs, so I have 6 ribs removed.
6?
Yeah, they're
ribs?
modified, so they are like cut off.
I am a woman, but I'm not a biological woman.
This is just too far, too extreme.
They say perfection is a myth, but is it? Some of these guys are just determined to break societal barriers, while the others are just scared of getting old. In the world of plastic surgeons and aesthetic procedures, perfection is quite possible, but at what cost? 10. Lacey Wildd. Lacey Wildd is an American reality TV star, model, and B-movie actress best known for her extreme body modifications, particularly her breast augmentations.
Well, my goal is to look like a living cartoon.
Over the years, she has spent more than $250,000 on surgeries to enhance her bust size.
Former pin-up Lacey Wildd, also known as Paula Thebert, is famed for her quest to have the world's biggest boobs.
Starting from an A cup, she gradually increased to an LLL cup through 12 separate procedures, and a couple of years after, she went through another surgery to reach a QQQ cup. Now, because her body had to adjust to accommodate the size and weight of her implants, Wildd underwent additional procedures. Doctors sewed pig skin into her abdomen to provide extra support, a process she described as feeling like guitar strings inside her body. She also had an internal bra surgery to ensure her skin could hold the weight of her implants. Together, Wildd's augmented breasts weigh about 42 pounds, and of course, it has significantly impacted her daily life. She must sleep at a 30-degree angle to avoid the sensation of suffocation caused by their size and weight. Lacey Wildd has undergone a total of 36 plastic surgery procedures just to become an extreme version of Barbie. Her transformations include enlarging her buttocks, widening her eyes, thinning her nose, and undergoing many other cosmetic modifications to achieve her unique look.
In favour of a more humble existence as a spiritual medium, using the pseudonym Ghost Busty.
I got rid of everything, and now I don't even have air conditioning.
In 2016, Wildd took on a surprising new role as a professional psychic and adopted the name Ghost Busty. She explained that everything in her life happens for a reason and claimed her large breasts were meant to help her fulfill her purpose of helping the world one soul at a time. Wildd shared that her psychic abilities actually come from near-death experiences she had as a child. In one instance, she avoided getting into a car that later crashed, killing the passenger. In another, she survived falling into a well. Now all she does is offer psychic readings from her home in Dania Beach, Florida.
I think that the things that are going to happen now is like Japan's going to have a really big earthquake. There's going to be a sickness that comes from a country with dark-skinned people.
At least Lacey is embracing her idea of a perfect body. For Vinnie, on the other hand, his definition of perfection is to not be human. 9. Vinnie O.
My name is Vinnie, and I am on the quest to be a perfect alien, but this nose is not helping.
Vinnie O is an artist who has gained attention for his unusual goal of looking like an alien and becoming sexless by removing his... His transformation has been called extreme by many and has made headlines around the world. In 2017, news outlets reported that Vinnie had already talked to several surgeons about removing his... While the surgeons warned him about the possible risks and complications, Vinnie was determined to go through with it, and he only wanted to be left with just a small hole to pee out of.
I see my look progressing to a more otherworldly...
In an interview, Vinnie O shared that his ultimate goal is to transform himself into what he describes as a perfectly proportioned, sexless human being. He believes that the culture of sexual objectification in Los Angeles has gone too far, and his alien-like appearance is a way to rebel against it.
My list of procedures that I wanted was lips, forehead shaving, eye cutting, ear pinning, jaw reformation, jaw contouring, forehead contouring.
By looking like an alien, he hopes to become completely unattractive. Explaining his perspective, Vinnie said, "I moved to LA at a very young age, and everything here is always about sex appeal. And when I think of aliens, I think of ugly. Aliens don't really have gender, in my eyes at least."
Why I call myself an alien.
So far, Vinnie has undergone 110 cosmetic procedures and 3 surgeries as part of his journey to achieve his one-of-a-kind look. And you might want to brace yourself for this next one. It's a big, big shocker. 8. Natasha Crown.
I'm Natasha Crown, and I think bigger is better.
Natasha Crown, a Swedish model and plastic surgery enthusiast, has gained fame and earns her living by selling photos and videos to fans of her exceptionally large backside. Natasha had her first cosmetic procedure at the age of 20 and openly admits to being addicted to plastic surgery. Today, she proudly boasts a 6-foot-wide butt as a result of her ongoing transformations.
I have broken people with my butt.
To achieve her massive curves, Natasha really doesn't have to do much.
I decided to gain a lot of weight. I love to eat.
She indulges in chocolate sundaes and large meals to gain weight. Once she's put on enough, she undergoes fat transfer procedures to make her already enormous 75-inch butt even larger.
The second surgery, I knew the more fat I have.
She admits to being completely obsessed, stating that the first thing she does every morning is look at her bottom in the mirror. Despite her efforts, Natasha has shared that she still doesn't feel satisfied with the size of her behind because, to an extent, she believes that she might have body dysmorphia. In addition to her bottom enhancements, she has also undergone breast augmentation, fillers, and Botox as part of her transformation. Hopefully, all these procedures don't permanently damage her body parts. And speaking of body parts, this man paid thousands of dollars to alter his features in resemblance to a celebrity. 7. Brian Ray.
Excited to see the results, and I feel like I'm off to Neverland.
Brian Ray is a Los Angeles man who has spent over $80,000 and undergone more than 90 cosmetic procedures in his quest to look like his pop idol, Britney Spears. His obsession with resembling the famous singer began when he was just 17 years old.
Veneers. I want completely a new set of teeth.
Starting with veneers to match Britney's smile. Since then, Brian has undergone an outrageous amount of procedures to transform his appearance. These include a nose job, fat injections into his cheeks, laser hair removal, lip fillers, and Botox injections. He has also had various other treatments to maintain his youthful look and enhance his resemblance to the pop icon. Brian Ray spends approximately $500 each month on skincare products to keep his skin looking youthful and flawless. For Brian, this is all part of his effort to embody the essence of Britney Spears, who he credits with helping him discover and understand himself while growing up. He describes Britney as the definition of perfection and holds her in the highest regard. As an aspiring model, Brian's admiration for Britney has become a central part of his identity. His friends even call him Britney because of his obsession with the pop star.
What is it that you want for your 17th birthday?
He would watch all of her interviews, master her choreography, and eventually spent an outrageous amount of money to replicate her picture-perfect smile. But believe me when I say, you haven't even seen the most bizarre of these transformations. Prepare to be shocked. 6. Jessica Alves.
If one day I give up on having aesthetic procedures, it means that I lost my will to live.
Jessica Alves, formerly known as Rodrigo Alves, is a Brazilian-British television personality famous for undergoing numerous plastic surgeries to transform her appearance.
And I'm just like a Peter Pan, and I'd like to be like this forever if I can, always looking ageless.
Before her transition, she was known as the human Ken doll due to her surgically enhanced features in a bid to look like the famous Ken doll. However, Jessica's journey with her identity started long before her rise to fame. As a child, Jessica's grandfather gifted her Barbie dolls, which she loved playing with. Although she was assigned male at birth, Jessica felt from as early as 3 or 4 years old that she was female. She enjoyed playing with dolls and would often dress in feminine clothing, and that's exactly what made her childhood far from easy. She was a really shy kid and endured relentless bullying because of her physical appearance. As a teenager, Jessica experienced a hormone imbalance, which caused her body to produce more estrogen than typical for males.
I sunbathe in Miami, I dine in LA, I party in Las Vegas, I buy my collagen products in Hong Kong. I love going to India for spa treatments.
This led to the growth of breast tissue and other physical traits that made her a target for further bullying. Now, as an adult, Jessica has undergone multiple surgeries to align her appearance with her inner identity. One of them is her nose job, which unfortunately caused her to lose her sense of smell. Not long after that experience, Jessica Alves underwent another surgery in Brazil where a gel was injected into her arms to make them appear more muscular. However, the procedure had severe consequences. She temporarily lost the use of both arms. This terrifying experience prompted her to begin psychotherapy to address the physical and emotional toll of her many surgeries. By January 2018, Jessica had spent over £500,000 on 103 cosmetic procedures, 51 of which were plastic surgeries. Her transformations included liposuction, gel fillers injected into her shoulders, biceps, and triceps, multiple facelifts, 12 rhinoplasties, and hair implants. She also applied minoxidil topically for hair growth and wore tinted contact lenses to enhance her look.
I was always in touch with my feminine side. I didn't know that I was transgender, but I knew that I was different.
In January 2020, however, Jessica came out as transgender after spending 3 months trying to reflect on who she really is. She revealed that she had struggled with depression for most of her life, and at that point, it was either she finally transitioned or she would die. But now that she's 40 years old, she finally feels that she's had enough surgery.
Enough is enough.
Hopefully, she sticks with her decision. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. This is Emma Carter, a 28-year-old influencer who decided to undergo a risky facial graft surgery in Mexico, especially because she was drawn in by the clinic's low prices. However, when Emma woke up after the procedure, she learned that she'd suffered severe scarring and infections, and this ultimately meant that her face will never remain the same. Months later, she would post online saying, "Chasing perfection isn't worth losing yourself." Now, have you ever wondered what a human Ken doll would look like? 5. Justin Jedlica. Justin Jedlica, often called the Human Ken, is a man who has gained worldwide attention for his journey of cosmetic enhancements.
32 cosmetic procedures. Nose job, lips, cheeks, forehead, pec implants.
Over the years, he has spent more than $1 million on various surgeries to reshape his body and achieve what he thinks is an ideal look. His interest in cosmetic procedures began at a young age. At just 17, Justin started researching rhinoplasty, his first planned surgery. He was inspired by the glamorous, wealthy lifestyles showcased on the television show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and he saw body contouring and cosmetic surgery as symbols of that lifestyle. However, his parents were not very supportive of the idea of cosmetic surgery, so Justin had to wait until he was old enough to make the decision on his own.
I'm not looking for someone to feel like they're the lead.
As soon as he turned 18, he immediately scheduled his first surgery. Just 4 days after his birthday, Justin underwent a rhinoplasty to reconstruct his nose. By 2012, Justin Jedlica had undergone around 190 cosmetic procedures. Some of the procedures he has had done include rhinoplasty to reshape his nose, chest implants to enhance his torso, and shoulder implants to give his upper body a more sculpted appearance. He also had bicep and tricep implants to further define his arms. In addition to these, Justin underwent brow shaving and lifts to alter the shape of his eyebrows and forehead, and cheek augmentations to create a more prominent facial structure.
Ideal male physique. So like when you look at this implant piece, this is only 2 centimeters in height.
He also had subpectoral implants placed under his chest muscles to add definition, as well as gluteoplasty to enhance his backside. Interestingly, he created many of these implants himself. To complete his transformation, Justin opted for lip augmentations to make his lips fuller and more defined. Does he really look like the Ken doll? What do you think? Next up, it's a celebrity that had her whole world turned around after one failed surgery. 4. Tara Reid. Tara Donna Reid is an American actress and model best known for her roles in popular films in the late 1900s and early 2000s.
Depending on what you're wearing, the lips, if you're wearing like more like white colors, you do like a nude lip.
She was famous in her day, but soon enough, fans began to notice that Reid was beginning to look and act very different. Eventually, she opened up about the challenges she faced with plastic surgery, which she says left her with deformities and a lot of body image issues.
I got plastic surgery about 2 years ago, and it was kind of a nightmare. I got really kind of butchered up.
Reid first underwent breast augmentation surgery, but the results were far from what she expected. She developed noticeable bumps around the edges of her nipples, which caused her both physical discomfort and emotional distress. In addition to her breast surgery, Reid had liposuction to create a six-pack for a movie role. Unfortunately, the procedure left her with an uneven, bumpy stomach instead of the toned look she desired. She also tried body contouring, but this resulted in her stomach appearing ripply and bulgy. It was just one failed surgery after the other. Over the years, Reid has spoken candidly about how these procedures not only altered her body, but also took a toll on her mental and emotional well-being. She admitted that her botched plastic surgeries left her feeling embarrassed and self-conscious, which is why she almost never attends events.
Felt like a lot of the darkness that you've been fighting for, you know, and I got a lot of that out.
And award shows anymore. She didn't want people to see her body and how the negative results of these procedures damaged her career. Now, to address the issues caused by her previous surgeries, Reid decided to undergo corrective procedures performed by a board-certified plastic surgeon. The surgeon carried out what is called a donut mastopexy to fix the problems with her breast augmentation and performed additional liposuction to smooth out the unevenness in her abdomen.
Yes, I said it like 5 times.
Everyone said, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No?
It'd be great if it did.
It should happen. I want to see it. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, my friend.
The corrective surgeries were indeed helpful, but of course, she could never go back to the Tara Reid that the world knew. Reid has referred to the scars left by her plastic surgeries as her battle wounds and for years now, she's taken a break from Hollywood to focus on her recovery, both physically and emotionally. We really hope she gets better. On the list of the world's most outrageous lip fillings, Christina Ray is definitely somewhere at the top. 3. Christina Ray. Christina Ray, a woman from St. Petersburg, Russia, gained a lot of attention in 2011 for having what were considered the biggest lips in the world. At 36 years old, Christina spent over £5,000 on lip injections in her quest to look like her favorite cartoon character, Jessica Rabbit. She was not very satisfied with her naturally thin lips, and so she decided to enhance them through cosmetic procedures. She had gone through over 100 lip injections, and despite already having an enormous pout, she had no plans to stop and aims to make her lips even bigger. And of course, Christina's appearance often attracted attention, both positive and negative. She admitted that strangers sometimes shout names at her on the street, calling her things like big lips, but she really didn't care. Christina was not ashamed to say that she was addicted to her extreme look and wanted to take it even further. Ray had dreamed of enhancing her lips since she was just 4 years old. Growing up, she felt really insecure about her appearance, and the teasing she endured during childhood only made it worse. She was living in Russia, where TV commercials frequently promoted cosmetic surgery, so she was introduced to the idea of altering her looks at a very young age. At 17, she decided to take the plunge and get her first lip injection, and she hasn't looked back since. Despite the dramatic changes to her appearance, Christina claimed that her everyday life hasn't been affected.
She claims to be obsessed with looking like her favorite cartoon character, Jessica Rabbit, and she has had thousands of lip injections in order to achieve her unique look.
She could still eat, speak, and kiss just as she did before the procedures, and she claimed she never experienced any painful side effects from her numerous injections. However, not everyone saw her transformation in a positive light. Consultant plastic surgeon Dr. Yanis Alexandridis shared his professional opinion with Yahoo Lifestyle and suggested that Christina's obsession with lip injections may indicate body dysmorphia. He stated that this condition could make her an unsuitable candidate for further cosmetic enhancements.
She said, "My classmates called me ugly. They didn't tease me because of my lips specifically, but I believed big, full lips would make me beautiful. My big lips have helped boost my confidence."
But unfortunately, Ray is already what she described as a beauty addict and had no plans to stop her lip enhancements anytime soon. Despite already having significantly enlarged lips, she felt they were still too small and was determined to get more injections. Surprisingly, her parents were supportive of her choices and had no concerns about her appearance. Christina said that they were genuinely happy for her and didn't mind how she looked. While some of her friends suggested she should stop and avoid making her lips any bigger, she wasn't ready to stop just yet. In addition to her lips, Christina had big plans for other cosmetic procedures. She hoped to undergo breast augmentation and rhinoplasty to reshape her nose. She also dreamt of having her ears surgically altered to resemble those of an elf. In November 2024, however, Ray was found dead in a sewer after going missing for about 2 months. Although the cause of her death is still unknown, many have linked it to her addiction to beauty procedures. Ever heard of Alicia Almira? The things she's done will blow your mind. 2. Alicia Almira. Alicia Almira is a 31-year-old originally from Sweden and now living in the UK, who has been on a personal journey to completely transform her appearance since she was 21. After leaving her job in public relations and moving to London, Alicia has fully embraced her desire to create a bold and dramatic new look. She calls herself a bimbo, and she has undergone numerous cosmetic surgeries and procedures to achieve her unique aesthetic.
Ending the stigma, the judgment. So if you say that a woman is not smart, like what are you basing that on?
Exactly.
So people might have an easier time respecting me.
Her transformation includes multiple breast augmentation surgeries, rhinoplasty to reshape her nose, and extensive use of fillers in various areas of her face, including her forehead, cheeks, jawline, around her eyes, and lips. Alicia has also had Botox treatments and PDO thread lifts to enhance her facial features. Beyond these procedures, she also has quite interesting tattoos covering her chest and torso, as well as tripling the length of her nails. She maintains a constant tan, eyelash extensions, and an overall highly stylized look. Alicia has been open about her transformation. She once tweeted, "I've erased who I used to be in order to become a plastic bimbo." She revealed that her inspiration for this extreme makeover began when she was just 9 years old, after being captivated by the characters on the Danish TV show King's Girls. She grew up in a traditional family, and so she had to maintain a conventional appearance for much of her early life. However, things began to change when she moved to Copenhagen at the age of 18 to attend university. It was during this time that Alicia started experimenting with body modifications, beginning with tattoos. Despite her initial changes, she always dreamed of taking things further and transforming her look in a more extreme way.
Well, I'm an adult film star, so that's one part of it.
By the time she was 25, Alicia saved up around £3,500 to undergo her first major surgery, breast implants. This procedure increased her cup size from a D to a J, which is a bold transformation for someone who stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and wears a petite size 8. Over the years, Alicia estimates that she has spent nearly £100,000 on plastic surgeries and other aesthetic enhancements. The now 31-year-old has, however, expressed that she would fully support her future children if they wanted to pursue cosmetic procedures. In her words, "If my daughter really wants big boobs and everything else, then I would take her to the surgeon." We hope that works out for her. And since Christina Ray lost the title of the person with biggest lips in the world, guess who holds the record now? 1. Andrea Ivanova. Andrea Ivanova, a 26-year-old from Bulgaria, is currently known as the woman with the largest lips in the world. Her famously plump lips and sharply defined cheeks are the results of numerous cosmetic procedures involving fillers.
Now, after achieving the world's biggest lips, Andrea Ivanova revealed her latest beauty goal for her cheekbones.
Over the years, Andrea has gained a lot of attention on social media for her bold transformations and has also become a well-known influencer in the beauty and body modification community. Andrea made headlines recently after undergoing an ambitious experiment where she had 6 cosmetic procedures done in just one day. Although she openly admitted that the process involved some pain, she says she felt satisfied with the results. Just like the others, Andrea's transformation has not come cheap. She has spent over £20,000 on lip fillers alone. But of course, her body enhancements have affected her daily life. For instance, she finds it difficult to smile naturally and needs to drink plenty of water because the hyaluronic acid in her fillers acts like a sponge and retains a lot of water. She also has to be extremely cautious with her face. She avoids rubbing it too hard while washing and refrains from making sudden movements that could affect the recently treated areas. Despite these difficulties and repeated warnings from medical professionals, Andrea remains committed to continuing her facial transformations.
Society finds it difficult to accept different people.
Doctors have cautioned her that adding more filler could pose serious health risks, including potentially life-threatening complications. However, her current surgeon recommended a £500 procedure as very important for preventing future facial wrinkles.
Fillers and opt for a new procedure, injecting umbilical cord cells into her skin. Andrea Ivanova regularly hits the headlines due to her enhanced appearance.
Andrea Ivanova explained that without undergoing these procedures, she fears her face would begin to show signs of aging in just a few years. The large amount of filler in her lips and cheekbones has caused an accumulation on both sides of her face, which has started to create wrinkles. Andrea's long list of recent procedures includes chin shaping, enlargement, and lengthening, along with jaw shaping, lip augmentation, and cheekbone enhancement, all done in one session. As a matter of fact, Andrea actually faced challenges in finding a doctor willing to perform all these treatments. Her usual surgeon declined to do the procedures because he didn't want to be responsible for the potential risks. But she was determined to go ahead with it. So on the 21st of February 2024, Andrea sought out a specialist in Germany who agreed to perform the surgeries. However, no one has seen or heard from her since then, and a lot of people are beginning to wonder if she ever made it out of the surgery alive. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. Let us know in the comments. How far is too far when it comes to chasing perfection? See you in the next one.